Can't believe I'm finally getting around to this now. It's actually been a very long time, and I really should have just made a video then, because, well, there's a lot of stuff we need to talk about today. But before we get into that, though, make sure to like and subscribe, because we're trying to 5,000 subscribers whenever we do that, and the likes really help me out in the algorithm. Also, I live stream every Saturday at 11 a.m. PST, 2 p.m. EST, unless otherwise posted. Please come check it out. We always have so much fun. Sega has finally begun to show off what's in store for Sonic's 35th anniversary, and to announce it's fully like they did with like the Year of Shadow, Racing Around the World, and Fast Friends Forever, they released this video.
Let's do it! When we join forces, the sky's the limit.
It's not over, Sonic! Attack! This ends now.
Road trip? Woohoo! Try to keep up.
Gosh dang, that thing was pretty cool. It's very evident that Sonic and Sega's marketing as a whole has gotten a huge budget increase. Obviously, we kind of see some of these with like Sonic Centrals and those kind of graphics used on those streams. But this is like almost a whole different level, and there's also a bunch of little things in there too, like how they use the movies. Sonic X, everyone on like YouTube and Twitter freaked out about that. Alongside this, Sega dropped a press release and a website. The website includes this great art. Have I mentioned how good this thing looks? Like, man, it is literally peak Sonic art. Anyway, those things are just floating around there, just kind of doing their thing, but pretty much everything else is just news about the Sonic franchise, and I think this is where we're going to be seeing like a hub for most of the 35th anniversary news. I don't see anything right now of too much interest, but I think over the coming months we'll have a bunch more stuff here. Too bad we won't be able to talk about it because, well, I don't think anyone really cares about the website. I'm not going to read the full article from Tails' channel because, well, apparently Tails' channel needs a password now, so, like, I don't want to have to go through all those hoops, but we have the Instagram post here. It says, for Sonic's 35th anniversary, Sega has these things planned, which is digital content highlighting Sonic's evolution across the decades, which we will get into. They've already started this. Fan meetups and community gatherings, which is actually really interesting. Exclusive brand and retail partnerships featuring limited merchandise, museum pop-ups and art exhibits, live concert celebrations, and a brand new narrative podcast. It's a lot, I know, so let's just break it down piece by piece. Obviously, digital content, this is like posting art, trailers, stuff like that, like promotional pieces. I'm sure we're also going to be seeing a lot of collaborations that also highlight that sort of stuff as well, so I think this is a very easy guess as to what that's going to be. Now, here's an interesting one. Fan meetups and community gatherings. We haven't seen like an official version of this since like the 25th anniversary party, and I am so glad they're bringing it back. That's definitely not happening for me, so don't expect to see me at any of those. Maybe past like 2030, when I'm like done with college or something like that, you'll see me at these things, but yeah, you'll have to wait and see on that. I'm not going to dive deep into the brand or retail partnerships because, well, I think we know what to expect out of that. And then museum pop-ups and art exhibits. That's an interesting one. Don't know what it means, though. Maybe the museum thing is something akin to, like, the Spider-Man museum that was, I think it's still open, but I remember it opening last year. It has just a bunch of Spider-Man stuff where it talks about the history of Spider-Man. Maybe they'll do a pop-up for a couple weeks with Sonic or something like that. That'd be pretty cool, actually. And pop-ups, art exhibits. We've actually already seen art exhibits for the Sonic series, but I guess they're bringing those back. Live concert celebrations. So that means either one of two things. They're rebranding the Sonic Symphony or they're just adding more dates, which is really fun. Hopefully it comes to my area because it literally has not. and we have such a great theater for it, but they've just never come, so I've just been really sad and disappointed. Hopefully 2026 is the year, though. And a brand new narrative podcast. What? A couple days before this, too, I have nowhere else to put this part, so just bear with me for like 30 seconds. They also released a brand new cover for issue 86 of the IDW comics, and it has a little Sonic 35th anniversary logo on it. Also, I just saw this, like, it posted like 45 minutes ago, so here, I'm just gonna get it out here in this video. Crush 40 vocalist announces world tour for late 2026, and they're probably gonna be playing Sonic music. So, just keep that in mind. No dates or venues have been announced yet, so don't worry, things will be coming later on in the year in terms of that. Now, I want to go over some of the leak stuff real quick, or leaks. Everything's an official listing, you can buy it now. I just want to cover it all here because, well, there's a lot of it. So for pretty much every single year that Sega's done a year-long campaign, they've put out Amazon merchandise. So I want to go through that all real quickly. Obviously, you've got the shirts and the hoodies with their respective versions of each. I think they both have the same stuff on the front and the back. If you like some of them, I might leave a link to the Amazon. I don't know where like the hub for all this stuff is, so just keep that in mind, but yeah, I was able to actually find the 35th anniversary store on Amazon, so I will put that link in the description. They also have stuff like a hat, they also have a tumbler, they have long sleeves of both of the shirts. They also have a polo, which I really like. I might get the polo. I might wear that for the next Sonic Boy rebrand. That'd actually be pretty cool. They got phone cases, bags, a pillow, which is interesting, water bottles galore, and I think that's pretty much it. Everything also comes in like a different color except for the white and black stuff, I think, or maybe it's just the white stuff. But yeah, there's like so many different options you can get for this merchandise. I think it's actually kind of crazy. I'll show you some of the options for just the basic shirt, but it's a lot, and I've never really like been a fan of a lot of these Amazon campaigns with Sonic merchandise officially licensed on here, but I don't know, something about that 35th anniversary brand, and it's just rubbing me the right way, bro. Not like that. There are also toys that have been leaked as well. Obviously, you have your usual fare of like repacks of Sonic, which not this one, it's actually Sonic with the skateboard, so another wave, obviously, but you also have, like, the smaller 2.5-inch figures, which is, like, Amy, Tails, Eggman, stuff like that, you know? But there's also 4-inch figures of Tikal, our first ever figure of Tikal, by the way. Chaos, another repackage of him, which is really great. I hope I see him somewhere. And a 2.5-inch figure of the Werehog, bro! I have yet to find, like, a really cool figure on public, like a Mephiles or a Jet or a Super Silver or anything like that. I think up here is pretty much the best I've gotten, as well as Infinite, so I really want a lot of these. I know there are also some 35th anniversary leaks going around, and I don't really want to cover those, mostly due to the fact that the last time I covered leaks, well, I cried at the Game Awards.
Baldur's Gate 3. Alright, here are the nominees.
But if what some of these things are saying is true, we're actually gearing up for a pretty good year. An Unleashed remaster, Sonic Eclipse coming 2026, Sonic visual stories too, like, that sounds actually pretty cool. Another toy piece of merchandise I forgot to mention is that apparently there is a Modern Silver and Modern Supersonic plush that you can find right now. In fact, most of the stuff I've talked about today, you can go out and find right now. I want these things. They look really cool. That's pretty much all I have to say about them because, well, I'm not too interested in this specific variation of the Jack-specific plushes. I like the ones that they made for Sonic XDC and the Sonic Movie 3 versions more. But, I guess these are still cool. It's a Modern Silver plush, so, like, that's pretty cool. I say Modern Silver as if there's a Classic Silver. Wait, that's actually a pretty good idea. Sega, write that down! Anyway, I said that we'd talk about something, which was the, representing Sonic's generations throughout, the 35th anniversary, which is something they've already started. First, it started with, like, Sonic sitting on a ring of, like, 3 different eras of the franchise. This looks really good. One of my favorite Sonic artists did this, so I'm honestly just happy they're posting it on the main account. We got the first piece of art the day of me filming this, and, well, where was this thing when the DLC dropped? That would have been so cool! This art screams confidence. They don't even have to show any character's face fully, and Sonic is just staring down the end. Oh my goodness, it is so cool! But yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to talk about today. I know, there's a lot here, and this is honestly a great way to kick off Sonic's 35th anniversary. Hopefully we get a big reveal sometime soon, maybe in a Sonic Central. I know we haven't seen one of those in a little bit. But, I have a feeling something's coming. It's gonna be big. If not at a Sonic Central, maybe at a State of Play. I wouldn't imagine they'd wait till the Summer Games Fest. But, sometime soon, definitely, I think. I will 100% be picking up the polo shirt and the hat, because those things look great. Maybe I'll get my own custom beanie from Amazon, too, with the 35th anniversary logo, like, right where this would be. And maybe I could wear that, or I just go with a full-on hat this time. I think that'd be a pretty interesting experiment. But, let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.